Lord, this I shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh I lie down in a green pasture. Him leadeth I beside still water. Them him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I Rasta go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Uno prepareth a table before I in the presence of our enemy them. Uno anointed I head with no oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy I go follow I all the days of I Ivan. Me I go dwell in ma we gromabia tela exag beer tanaistalina bashante shante 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 kadama we gromabia tela au mauso bolisa atanu wato e wasikle afo au atanyu moe oyiwala don. This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO'S, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot. And each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different shapes, sizes, colors, aromas, and even flavors. Put aside all their differences and relocate into the black pot, where they are subjected to some good amount of heating, and they produce food. Interestingly, ironically, paradoxically, the ingredients do not even partake in the enjoyment of the food. In terms of eating it, it is us the eaters who do. Yet every time, the ingredients will rise to the occasion to produce this much needed food. What kind of lessons are we picking from this? 1, selflessness. 2, generational thinking. My brother, my sister, how many people believe that they have worked so hard to achieve something? And for that matter, they are the only people deserving of enjoying this. How many of us also believe that, oh, we have it all today. Let's enjoy it all. After all, tomorrow shall take care of itself. My brother, my sister, you see a very old man of about 95 years old planting trees that will take 50 years to mature. Yet you see young men 16, 17, 18, busily planting tomatoes and pepper and onions so they can harvest quickly and eat. My brother, my sister, it's generational thinking. Whatever we do, if we have the next generation and the next 10 generations in our mind, we must always eat and reserve some for them. When our ancestors fought for independence, they didn't just fight for the independence for themselves. They also fought for us so that we will be born into an independent society. When the people were carried as slaves to America and all those places, those who worked very hard and paid the ransom on their heads and became freed men, they did it not for themselves alone, but the children that they were giving birth to were born as free men. My brother, my sister, in whatever we do, if we are not ready for that level of sacrifice, nothing is going to happen good. This show is all about this generational thinking, selflessness, sacrifice. It's all about patriotism. That is why we say we don't talk politics. What we talk is patriotism, loyalty to our nation and to our people, one love for everybody under one big African umbrella. This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO'S. And remember, here we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we'll do it on just one condition: to build and never ever to destroy. Remember to underline that. That is why we call it the Black Port. We are in the service of God and country. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you for joining us. We are live on YouTube, and our YouTube channel is Black Empire Media, BLAKK Empire Media. We are also live on YouTube by the same name, Black Empire Media. Yesterday we were not able to come your way because we had internet problems in the whole of Ghana. Internet problems. So we couldn't work. We couldn't get to you online. We do appreciate that. So today we decided to catch you a little earlier because we are combining so many different things today to be able to unleash on you and to make up for yesterday. I hope you bear with us. Today we have 7 very important things we want to look at. And I believe that you are all set. Please share the broadcast. Hit on the notification button so that each time we are on, you would be the first person to be told to check us out. And if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, then you are missing out. Remember, we are also on TikTok, where we are making a lot of waves. It's all about our people, our nation, our land. This is the Black Port. Thanks so much to EAZI. EAZI is ISIT. In spirit, in truth, is the newest social media app everybody's talking about. Now with EAZI, you can go live, you can make audio and video calls, and you can even text message. Now EAZI, that beautiful social media app, was built by Ghanaian engineers in America. And the good thing about EAZI is that it's most positive. If your regular social media platform is nothing but negative, oh yes, racism, nudity, and even violence, why are you still hanging on to that? Jump ships and join us right here on EAZI. How do you join EAZI? It's so easy. You download the app from Google Play and also from App Store, and you are on EAZI. Oh gosh, make crystal clear memories by connecting with family and friends and documenting that on EAZI. This is the Black Port, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. Come here. Now we have 7 stories. And the very first story we are going to look at today is quite interesting. And I need you to come along. Watch what it says. It says, I will buy your radio station and demote you. And this is Cheddar to Blakk Rasta. Who is Cheddar? This handsome young man. I truly love him. Trust me. He does so many different things. You understand? He tries to be a philanthropist. Well, he says he has money. And whether he has that money or not, at least he has demonstrated some kind of philanthropism, right? Philanthropism. That's what he does. Helping people left, right, and center, we are told. My brother, my sister, he's also supposed to be a Pan-Africanist. In other words, he puts Africa first. Now, the other thing we know about this gentleman here, Nana Bediako, Nana Kwame Bediako, a.k.a. Cheddar, Jacob Caesar. My brother, my sister, Jacob Freedom Caesar, is the fact that he rose from grace to grace after moving away from grass. My brother, my sister, we were told that he used to deal with scraps. Some don't buy the story, but other people say, yes, he worked very hard to be able to reach where he is. And I love people who really work hard to reach wherever they have reached. Now, you all remember that a couple of months ago, we ran a certain story right here in the Black Port. And it was about some tigers that he had imported into the country. Do we remember that story? Let me take you through that. Watch this. It says what? And this one was published somewhere on the 21st of May, 2022, right? Cheddar's tigers declawed and no longer dangerous. Trainer of Freedom's tigers. So Cheddar and Freedom, they are the same name, same person. Samuel Tiwani Taba Kutiba. That's Samuel Tiwani Taba Kutiba, the trainer of Freedom Jacob Caesar's tigers, has said that the tigers have been declawed. Therefore, they are no longer dangerous to the public. He told journalists on Friday, May 20, that since he started training the tigers some 4 months ago, he has realized that it feels good to be with them. every time I come near them, I don't want to go back home because it is nice to be with them. They have a way of communicating. I love to be with them because of the way they are. Tigers have some areas in their lives that make them very dangerous. That is their nails. He's talking about claws. So we said, if that is the dangerous part of them, then why can't we declaw them? So these animals that we are talking about, that they are dangerous, their nails have been declawed. They don't have nails. On Thursday, May 19, businessman Nana Kwame Bediakun, popularly known as Freedom Jacob Caesar or Cheddar, confirmed the presence of 2 tigers in his house and indicated that he went through the right process in bringing the animals into the country from Dubai, amongst other reasons to boost Ghana's tourism. Cheddar noted he brought in an expert who created a safety cage for the animals in order to ensure that they do not pose a danger to society. You hear the story? This is the story, my brother. That shut out. Right? So this is the story we looked at. As activists who fight the molestation of animals. As activists who see animals as our cousins. As activists who see animals as our friends. As activists who see animals as also part of the society and deserve some rights. We decided to say this is wrong. How do you bring a tiger, whether it is yellow, green, blue, or pink, bring it from its natural habitat in the jungle where it is a near king? It uses 2 very important things for its livelihood in the jungle. Naturally, its claws and its teeth. Without the claws of the tiger and the teeth, it is an ordinary cat, worse than even the domestic cat, pussy cat. My brother, you bring it from its habitat, natural habitat, remove its teeth, take off its claws, and at the same time, you feed it with what you want and not what the animal wants to eat. Is that not wickedness? Is that not wickedness? Every religion in this world talks against the maltreatment of animals. Common sense even tells us, even without religion, that animals have to be respected in one way or the other. Come here. In some countries, animal parts have been used to save human beings. In some countries, animals have played a very important role in making human beings even live longer. You go and sit by a pond. You go and sit by a riverside. You go and sit around a wet water body and just watch fishes swimming left, right, and center. And it takes off a lot of stress from you. That makes you even live longer. Apart from the natural food chain and some other things that come into play. And those things make our environment tick and talk. We can never take animals out of this beautiful chain. Cheddar says he doesn't understand. First and foremost, he contacted me and tried to give an explanation as a gentleman. Oh, I didn't break any rule. What I only did, I went through the right processes. I said, yes, I don't have a problem with that. You went through the right legal processes. It is not everything that is legal that is right. In some countries, abortion is very legal. Is it right? In some countries, homosexuality is very legal. In other countries, it is not. In different countries, they look at what they call their virtues and try to put a certain level of legality on that. Does that stop us from the debate? The fact that you have a legal license to own a gun, my brother, does it mean that the gun is that legal and that right? Looking at what the gun does and depending on what to do with the gun. How many people understand? Now hear me. Cheddar got in contact with me and we started debating it. And I told him all these things. At a point, he got angry. Why did he get angry? Because he has never had anybody stand before him to tell him that what you are doing is wrong. Maybe he has only bootlickers around him who want his peanuts. If my father is the King of Kings, no guy on earth is richer than me. Bob Marley said that, and I need you to open your ears and listen. This guy is so poor that the only thing he has is money. This is deep. You may have to eat green grass tomorrow before you understand this. So Cheddar was angry. We're going to and fro. He was angry. He says, I envy him. I don't like him. Oh, he's successful. He's rich. You know, I don't like him. I envy him. And I said, listen, we have done so many stories about you on our platform, so positive and so nice, about you doing philanthropy and some other such things. People have brought stories to us here at our broadcasting house, and we rejected to publish them because we didn't want to tarnish anybody's image. And you had one such story come to us. I called you, got your explanation, and we never published that story. Do you remember? He was not interested because he has a presidential ambition. All those billboards you see around with a mask on the face, we are told that he's the one. He wants to run for president. So he sees a guy, ordinary Rasta man, standing before him and telling him that it is wrong to declaw and to detreat animals. First, he sent a video and said, oh, look at this video. The tigers are chewing bones. If their teeth were out, would they have chewed bones? And I said, ask your trainer. Somebody took you to court and said the animals are dangerous. You thought you were so smart. You came out and said, oh, their teeth are out and their claws are also out, so they are not dangerous. But you are forgetting that you are doing a heinous crime to this. And some people don't understand because we live in a country where people only see animals as meat. Somebody can pick a stick and beat a dog out on the street. Nobody will say anything. After all, it's just a dog. Somebody can drive his car and kill dogs on the street intentionally just because they are dogs. He doesn't care. Think. Somebody even asks, oh, is Blakk Rasta the father of the tigers? Listen. Listen to this kind of thinking. Am I the father of the tigers? Why should I fight for the tigers? Hey, listen, animals are even more important than human beings. I'm telling you. If we sit down and watch the last animal die, the last human being would have been dead 100 years before that. Did you know that? Worms, Gogomi, they are so important that sometimes their lives are even better than humans' lives. Some people won't understand. But go into that. Animals are important. Respect the lives of animals. So the argument became very intense. And this was what Cheddar said. Watch this. Come here. So that's his name up there. And that's what he has on his WhatsApp. He says, I will buy your radio station and demote you. I will not take food out of your mouth, but I will place you where you deserve to be. He omitted you. And I said, I will reduce you to humility. Trust me, we all need to be humble, bro. So when he said this, I came back and responded, oh, really? And that makes you happy? Look at you, bro. Is that an achievement? To take somebody off radio because you have money, you come and buy the radio station and demote the person? And he says, I'll place you where you belong. That's a threat. I have money, so I can do anything. So I asked him, so your money, your power is in money? Again, I still respect you for all you do, but not for molesting tigers. Of course, it was a long conversation that went. This is just a little part of it that I decided to put out. So you see, look at this guy. Look at him. Where did you get money? Such a fool. Where did you get money, fool? I am so angry. This guy is threatening me that he will buy my radio station and do. Such a fool. How many people have had money before such an idiot? What is your money? Chicken change? I am shocked to the bongo clippings. This guy wants to be president. Do you know the stories they brought about this guy? And we decided that, look, this is a young man coming up. Let him lead his life. Let him grow and do it. Because of chicken change. Brother says he will buy my radio station and relegate me to the background. Jesus have mercy. As if we are going to remain like this forever. Ha! There was Saul before David came. Fool. There was Saul before David came. If you think you are sitting on a high horse, be careful the horse doesn't get tired and break down and land with you. I'm so angry. I still respect this brother. I don't know the source of his money, but if it is hard work, that is what it is. And that is even if he has the money at all. This was a brother, some ladies came in here, that he had employed them to do some work for him, and they had gone to do ushering for him. When it came to payment, it was a problem. He started threatening them, saying a lot of things, and the ladies ran to me here. And I said, oh, don't worry, this is my brethren. I called him, I said, Cheddar, this is what this brethren brought. The sisters are saying this. Oh, yeah, they are trying to cheat me. They work for this number of hours and they are lying that they work for this number of hours. I said, so, sit them down and understand it. Okay, don't worry. Because of you, I'll just pay them off and they will go. I said, thank you. God bless you. So I told the ladies, go and deal with them. There are about 30 ladies or 40 ladies. They went and it was sorted out. Nobody got to hear of it. Because I am not interested in tarnishing people's image. It doesn't make sense to me. It's all about Ghana. Remember, it's all about Africa. Johnny just come. He says he's rich. Do you know how many rich people have been running to pull us to their side and we push them to the background? The president is nothing to us, let alone such a Kubolo boy who just got money that cannot even construct proper sentences. I am so shocked. This guy wants to be president. You're mad? You have brought in tigers, declawed them and removed their teeth. And I said, it is wrong. Come on the debating table with me. You tell me it's legal. Ghana allows it, so it's okay. Oh, yes, Ghana allows it, but it's not everything Ghana allows that's okay. I am an animal activist. Brother says he doesn't understand. He will buy my radio station and then he'll kick me out. I'm waiting for that day. You know that you have to buy all the radio stations in Ghana because everybody wants me to work for them. Go check the history and see wherever I've worked, they are still begging for me to return there. Because I don't put money first, I put Ghana first. We are not rich because we don't want to do the nasty things that some people do. So Cheddar, with all respect, remember I told you I still respect you. Handsome youth, with all love and respect, humble yourself. Usika cry here. Usika no cry here. Hey, bros. Nebuchadnezzar cry became an animal after all his riches and all those things. Humble yourself, brethren. You want to be president, and you are treating simple ghetto people like this. They work for you, you don't want to pay them. This after another contractor approached me. You know when people have problems, they come to me. You know that. That he worked for this man. He asked him to construct a road. I'm keeping the names and all that. He started constructing the road and all that, finished it, paid me my money, some 2.5 million Ghana cedis. And every time he calls this guy, he tells him that he's outside the country. Every time. He says sometimes he goes to even stand around and see him entering a certain building. I don't want to mention the name of the building for security reasons. He's still a brother. I'm sure we can sort this out so we don't endanger anybody's life. My brother, he sees him walking into the building. He calls him and says, bro, I told you I'm in Italy. I've not come yet. He said, what a blood clot. Hey, Oskania. The little that people have worked for. I don't do that. Please don't try me. I beg you. With all respect, it's wrong. Some people also said, oh, but our kings and chiefs, they walk with lions. It's wrong. Why do you catch the lion from the jungle and come and lock him up in your house? Cheddar says that he built some cage for a lion. Oh, bros. And you call yourself freedom. Cage. That's a prison. This thing I'm saying, there are some Ghanaians who will see it to be stupid. And abua so, I say, abua. Sa. Oya abua. Enti no nim fa so bia. Yen kunu. Yen lokuno. Yen more treatuno. Kai, we have a long journey in this country. But bros, you want to be president? Raise your level of thinking. It's so low. When I started chatting with him, I realized that this guy has very low brains. You can rise. We all rose from low brains to higher brains. Dash. We stopped doing this for a long time, but some people want us to come back to it. We want to show them that we still have the teeth. We can buy it. When was the last time you saw me do something like this? But we want to show them that an old soldier still knows how to pull the trigger. Old soldier is still a soldier. Come here! You think so you day wise. Next story, my youth. Run it, my youth. Watch me. All right. So the next story says, AKUFO-ADDO'S endorsement of Npp primaries worrying. This is one of the most useless presidents Africa has ever had. People have stopped naming their children Akufo and Addo because of this man. Look, there was a woman, a bestseller, last week, who was published in the papers. She said her surname is Akufo-Addo. And anytime people come to buy food from her, they start by insulting and saying that, look, your uncle has made the country very terrible. How many of you read that story? Just Google it, it will pop up. You see, with all respect, we need to understand that we employ these people. We are superior. We gave these people food by our employment. They are responsible for our upkeep. They are supposed to work for us. And they are answerable to us. But because of our attitudes, we have made them into demigods. And it's sad. You should be able to walk to the president and say, Mr. President, what are you doing? You want to destroy the nation? Please think right or we'll take you out. You should be able to do that. But you meet this guy on the street and you are behaving like a comedian from the circus because you want to please him. We have to be smart and very careful, brethren. What am I talking about? The NPP just had some funny primaries where Okreku Mante was taught a bitter lesson of humility. A bitter lesson of humility. And some other people. Okreku Mante, at a point, was the youngest producer in Ghana, music producer. He rose to a certain level. Some people are only humble because they are poor. When they get some small money, they become kakai. 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 It's terrible. They kicked him out. And that is how we have to treat every politician. And people who have followed me all these years, from when I had no beard till all the beard came and it's now getting gray. You know what we have stood for. We have never sold out. No politician is my friend. Because mimpe nonsense. And we have survived. You understand that? We don't run after politicians asking them for it. A rich man is nothing to me. What is important to me is the people, the lives of the people. What is the importance of your riches if it cannot change society? What is the importance of my life if it cannot change society? Then I don't need it. I don't need it. And I've said it time and again. We started with a lot of people. Some of them have built 10 houses out of corruption money. We decided not to do that. We will continue to live in our shack. You all know that if Blakk Rasta wanted to be corrupt and rich, I'd be one of the most fabulously rich people in Ghana. True? But no, it's not in my DNA. It's better to leave a better legacy than to leave a corrupt heritage behind. Come here, my youth. Watch me. Run the story, my youth. Watch it. President AKUFO-ADDO commends NPP for successful parliamentary primaries. Successful. The word there is successful. Run it, my youth. It says, President Nana Addo Dankwa AKUFO-ADDO has congratulated the leadership and entire members of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, for the successful conduct of the party's parliamentary primaries in orphan constituencies on Saturday. I extend warm congratulations to the national, regional, constituency, electoral area and polling station officers and indeed the entire membership of the New Patriotic Party for the conduct of free, fair, transparent, and credible parliamentary elections in orphan constituencies during the weekend of Saturday, 2nd December 2023, he said in a statement on Sunday. That's it. So you see, are you aware that the parliamentaries are being investigated? Money was thrown around there like bribery. Even in orphan constituencies, they were throwing money around. Because we are the fools that we are, my brother, because we are the fools that we are, we would always go after the money and relegate the content of the brain to the background. Until we are able to exorcise the ghost, write it down. Until we are able to exorcise the ghost of ethnicity and corruption and foolishness from our politics, we shall never have a sensible leader. Should I say it again? I said, until we exorcise the ghost of ethnicity, corruption, and foolishness in our politics, we shall never have a sensible leader. Any fool with money can be president in this country. Any idiot with money can be president, a leader in Africa. So why do I go to school? Why do I go learn common sense when I can just rob people and make money and become a leader? Do you see where I'm going? It's all about money. Nobody is thinking about virtues anymore. It's good to be rich because you work hard. But when the focus becomes money, then hard work is relegated to the background. It is what we call the end justifies the means. Sometimes I go too deep and I don't like it. Such uncomplimentary sentences I don't like. My brother, people are just running after money. Kennedy Ejapon can even come and tell us he wants to be president. And he will ask us, tell me how many professors in Ghana are rich. I am rich. When we skenia we kwasiada. Hey, bra mincho bebre. Bra mecho bebre. Adwin ba kokra ni omu coconut no. Nso omu oska. Omu kutatio nti omu oska. Omu papa ye president anase hwan tent omu ho a omu diska. Don't speak like that. Don't let the focus be money. Money is important, but money is not everything. You will die and leave the money, but what is in your head, you go with it. True? That is why we are not growing. That is why when they are talking about inventions, when people use their brains to invent, we are relegated to the background. Because no, we are looking at how we can outsmart people and steal their money. We are not looking at how we can improve our society by inventions and studies. Do you get the point? That's the point I'm making, brethren. That's the point I'm making. I will be a proud poor man at death if I was able to change society. Through what I say, some can get rich genuinely. Through what I say, some can become better leaders in the society. That is where my pride is. Not in skullduggery. Not in political jingoisms. That's what it is, brethren. Nanado says it's okay. He's successful. Despite the bribery and everything. Is this one to a leader? Or maybe I'm going crazy. I am applying too much on our country. I want to see the nation grow and develop. Why can't we have sensible leaders? Why can't we have leaders with common sense? And the sensible ones will sit under the foolish leaders because they are getting money from the foolish leaders. They throw away their wisdom and follow them in their tomfoolery. How will the nation grow, brethren? How is it going to grow? When fools become leaders of wise people, nothing happens in the nation. True? Mr. President, it's a shame. Your primaries were so defaulted, so bad, so terrible. And that is what I'm telling you. If you can endorse such a thing, then I can understand why 9 people were shot and killed during your second coming into power, and it didn't matter to you. You're a dangerous man, this man. Dash him away. When we return, come here. We got more. And I need you to be part of this discussion. Send in your messages. Send in your comments. Nobody is bigger than the truth. Nobody. Hey! Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shonoma, and William Shakespeare took us through some lane of wisdom, right? What honesty can achieve, disloyalty cannot. It might seem that it is happening, but when you check it, it's ridden with termites and cankerworms. It's the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shonoma. And here we speak truth to power. Next story, my youth. Now the next story says African Leaders Jamboree at COP28. African Leaders Jamboree at COP28. We all remember COP28? In the UAE, Dubai. Nations around the world were invited to come over and talk about one world, talk about the climate. And that is it, the 2023 United Nations Climate Change Conference. Climate Change Conference. COP28. And African countries were asked to come along. And the African countries proved to us that we still have leaders who are not in favor of patriotism for Africa. Something is happening in Sudan. Right? My brother, my sister, something is happening in Ghana. Something is happening in Nigeria. All because of this COP28. But let me take you to Namibia first, the land of the rising sun. Show me the flag. This is it. They have the sun as part of their flag. And their slogan for their nation is the land of the rising sun. Isn't it beautiful? Oh my God, look at the golden sun. Bring me the story from BBC. Watch this. Anger in Namibia over Dubai COP28 trip by president's children. This reading by who? Gloria Adei. Okay, so some Namibians have been outraged after learning that President Gengob's 4 children joined the government's delegation to the COP28 climate summit. They were among 6 of the president's family members listed as part of Namibia's delegation in Dubai. President Gengob's office on Monday confirmed his children traveled to the city, but denied claims that their trip was state-funded. The office did not say how other family members were paid for. President Gengob and Madame Gengos, that's the first lady. Listen to the name. President Gengob and Madame Gengob, that's the first lady, paid for the flights and accommodation expenses of their children. The Namibian presidency posted on X on Monday. The Namibian public and the media should be rest assured that not a single cent of public funds has been spent on the children of the first couple. The president added that the claims were malicious and politically motivated and intended to distract from the excellent work by President Gingop and the Namibian delegation at COP28. But some Namibians have dismissed the president's response as unsatisfactory, saying it fails to prove that the travel of President Gingop's children and his family members was privately funded. Some critics have also asked the president to explain the role of his family members at the COP28 and why they were listed on the government's delegation if their trip was privately funded. And that's the most important part of the story. Explain to us, if they were privately funded, why were they in the official list of the president's delegation to COP28? And that is supposed to be an official event. True? You guys really think we are dumb? Huh? Why would they be included in the delegation list if they aren't part of it? What is the relevance of them being in Dubai together with state delegates? One Namibian replied on X, "We anticipated a comprehensive report to be presented in Parliament," said Namibian MP Ina Hungary. She had earlier criticized the government for reportedly sponsoring the travel of the president's family, yet claiming it lacked funds to facilitate the travel of an MP and parliamentary official to COP28. And as we are talking about this outrageous thing happening, I told you I was going to take you to some other countries, right? Look at the last paragraph. It says, some governments, including Nigeria, Tanzania, and Kenya, have defended their actions by saying that many of the delegates are not state-funded, as they are representing the media, civil society organizations, and private institutions. Did you hear that? Now, I just read today that Nana Akufo-Addo's daughter was also part of the delegation to COP28. I don't have a problem. Was she relevant? What is she doing that requires that she goes to COP28? How many journalists were taken along? Were they party-sponsored journalists, party favorites and stooges of the party? I'm asking questions. Because in Nana Akufo-Addo's government, he has succeeded in diverting the course of journalism into stoogism. Messi, write it down. In Nana Akufo-Addo's government, he has succeeded in diverting proper journalism into stoogism. You know who a stooge is? Look how many journalists Nana Akufo-Addo has put into his government and given them positions in order to seal their lips. And during his tenure of office, the freedom of speech ratings for Ghana dropped several tens of steps down. My brother, when we speak like this, there are some people out there who think that we are doing politics. But interestingly, 99.99% of Ghanaians know that Blakk Rasta doesn't do politics. They know because they have followed me from the past 25 years. When I started this journey, I have never been aligned with any politician. So they trust me. And I'll go into my grave with that. The other day I met President Mahama. And I've said this story over and over. Whilst people were greeting us, when I stretched my hand, he wasn't so interested in shaking my hand years back because I was a hot critic. If I don't criticize the government in power, who else should I criticize? When the country is not going well. You want me to go and be criticizing people who have no power to do anything? Somebody has slept with a goat in a shaman, so Blakk Rasta should come and talk about it. Somebody has chased somebody's wife in Agbogloshi. I should go and talk about it. No. Let the other people talk about it. My focus is not that. It's important, but that's not my focus. My focus is the nation. My focus is the broader picture. That's why we don't do football here. We don't do religion and we don't do politics. It's about patriotism. So COP28, Ghana took close to 700 people there. They were all part of it. Let's even assume that it was funded by the UAE and the UN. So we carry our stooges along, party faithfuls, so that it's job for the boys, right? Or we truly looked at it carefully to pick up the creme de la creme to represent our nation. Think about it, and your guess is as good as mine. It's time to satisfy the boys. Square pegs in round holes. Oh, you campaigned for me in the last election. Come with me to Dubai and see skyscrapers. Skyscrapers that we will never have in this country as long as I am president. Hallelujah. 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 Dash it away. It's the Blakk Pot. AKA Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. When we return, come here. When we return, my youth, we will be reading your comments. So keep your comments coming. We still have more. Hey! Wayo!
Blakk Pot. Kukushonamo.
This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, and my name Blakk Rasta in the service of God and country. All right? Shall we look at the messages coming in? All right? Come here. All right? Okay. Matthew Akidong, come here. Come here. Please, come here. Yes. All right. He says, Matthew Akidong says, I am here, Black, watching from Kansas City. You think, say, you day wise. Come here. Preach. Asima Banda is holding a big heart and is smiling. Kofeli says, I am here, Black, watching from Pong City, Pong, to the world. Abubakar Abdallah says, Mr. Empire, when are they paying NSS arrears? National Service. It's a good question. It's a good question. Remember that there are some people who have not been paid for how many months? 9 months. The jobs that they said they created, and they got people's children, indigenous and citizens of this nation, for 9 months they expect them to chew grass whilst waiting to be paid. Yet the government has money to throw around, bribing delegates to vote. You see why we have to be serious. When I speak, people think that I just love to speak, or maybe I have nothing doing. As I'm standing, I'm on the way to the Ivory Coast for a big reggae festival. Big reggae festival. My brother, the Africa Reggae Festival. But I'm here talking. From here I'm sitting and setting out, bam, to go and do this. But we are here talking because our nation comes first. Because you come first. TCJJ says, we are live and colored, whether black or white. Woyo. Quick. Radiant and Amonra says, Cheddar is bluffing again, huh? Oh, yes, he's bluffing. I mean, you see, I believe that we can sort this out because I still see him as a nice brother. But he's arrogant. And when people are arrogant, we cut them to size. What's your dirty money to me? I call it dirty money because, I mean, if you have money, you are bragging and bluffing about it, it's dirty money to me. People work for you. You don't pay them. You are lying to them that you are here, you are here, you are there. And when they finally get you and they want their money, you are making noise and threatening them and all that. Hey, boss. Asima Banda says, good evening, my legend, Blakk Rasta and the crew. Love. Joseph Ayombisa says, hello, Father. Good evening. We are waiting to see you in the Upper East region one day. We are in Navrongo waiting for you. Certainly I'll be in Navrongo on the tour soon. Kambadi Samsidin says, Woyo, nice to catch up with you. The man of our generation, may you be blessed, Blakk Rasta. I humbly want to inform you that tomorrow is my birthday and I need your blessings. Well, I bless you. I honor you. I honor you for being a patriotic citizen of this nation. May God, the Almighty Creator of the universe, extend your days as you continue to work to uplift human beings and to uplift the generation and beyond. Amen. Sabil, tours and consult, sycophants and bootlickers all over. Please, what's the package? If I want to use your media to put my tour out. Oh, that's a beautiful thing. We truly need this. Sabali will do very well on this. Our number is rolling on the screen. It's a local number. Just send us a message and say, this is Sabali Tours and Consult. That's it. It's a WhatsApp message. Bam! Just drop it. We shall pick it up. And trust me, we will put it here and watch it and see how it will grow within the next few days. Maybe we can even have a meeting, sit down and talk and see how we can also extend it. Because very soon we're going to have a travel and tour program on this show. We're going to have our own TV station by next year, by the grace of the Almighty, and our own radio station. To God be the glory. Positive people will say amen. Positive people will say amen. Oh yes. And that's what it is. Humble beginnings. The richer we get, the humbler we are. There was a guy who met me the other day and shook me. Blakk Rasta, you're too humble. Are you sure that you are the one on the radio? I said, what do you want me to do? You want me to wear a cow horn on my head when I'm walking? It's like this, Blakk Rasta. No, you won't get me like that. No, I mean, what do you have that some people have never had? What do you have that is not God who has given it to you? That should let you humble. Udu sika be huna huna me. Oh, bodam. Ah! Me. Ube huna huna me afanyansa huna huna me. Show me wisdom. Use your wisdom to frighten me. That say, you cry you are being power. Ha! Nyansa ni. Enyeska. Ska die. Sebi. Menka. I'm a gentleman. Sabali Tours and Consult. Please, we are waiting for you. Yeah? Ekene Okoli says, Blakk, good to hear from you again. Please, why are you no more playing reggae music on 3FM? Oh, I am. You missed the time? 10 to 2 every day, Monday to Friday. Tomorrow I won't be there though, but there will be reggae music there. Friday I won't be there because I'll be in the Ivory Coast playing reggae music on stage. International reggae. Kuchoko. Radiant Amonra says, we are poor, rich man, Bain. Andrew Amenyo says, I love you, Blakk Rasta. Strong vibes. Say, money is not all a man needs. I remember the story of Namwan. When he employed all of us. Hey, should I be saying this? Sometimes I say things and later I sit down and say, hey, where the uncle said me keeping no kakra. Look, employees were running after him. Hey, oh yeah. People, lazy people were not even working. Once he was entering the compound, they would start, hey, they wanted to be seen. I never showed my face. We always made the work show. We didn't bootleg. We were hiding till he himself came looking for us. The work pulled him to us. Say, hey, Charlie, today I listened to something that where is he? Say, oh, he's gone home. He left. Tell him to come and see me the following day. Things like that. Let your work show. If you live in a nation where English language, listen, if you live in a nation where English language is compulsory and agriculture is optional, you will speak fluent English on an empty stomach. Today, my professor sent me that message and said it's an African proverb. If you live in a country where English language is compulsory and agriculture is optional, you will speak fluent English on an empty stomach. Gideon Borkete Bortei, that's such a beautiful name. He says, wise man. And he says, yeah, that's a great point. Nobody is bigger than the truth. Greetings, Cinnamon Black. And AZ, the Black Pot. It's been very hot today. Oh, what a fire. Oh, in the voice of my brethren Songo. Oh, strong vibes. Says, how do these presidents sleep at night? And then their families as well. Mr. President, why you dey lie so? Before election, you tell me you be in jail. When you sick, you run go a London. When we sick, oh, we die for Kolebo. Mr. President, why you wicked so? Tell me how you dey sleep at night, oh. See them a come, them coming like an angel. But them a thief, them no say them a thief. Oh. Mr. President, you coming like your savior. But you a thief, you no say you a thief. Thief President, why you thief so? Thief man, why you thief so? The people they must suffer, but you don't care so. Thief man, why you thief so? This is Mr. Traitor, Mr. President, Master of Sleeping, Mr. Sleepy Dent. Mr. Sleepy Dent. That's it. All right, so the next story, and let's make it quick. Send your comments coming in. And remember, our numbers are rolling on the screen. You pick them up and do business with us. We certainly need to do business, yeah? Nigeria sells presidential private jet. Hey! The Nigerian Air Force has put up the Falcon 9008 aircraft for sale. Come here, my youth. Hey, you think say you dey wise. Watch me. This is Nigeria, Omo Naija, one of the most important countries of the world. I love Nigeria. Nigeria puts presidential jet up for sale. So the Nigerian Air Force has put up the Falcon 900B. It's not 8, it's B. Aircraft for sale, calling on interested persons to submit their bids for the purchase of the aircraft, which is a part of the presidential air fleet. Details about the sale was contained in a flyer shared on the X page of the NAF, that's the Nigerian Air Force, late Monday. Now, according to the flyer, the aircraft was put up for sale following the approval of the federal government. Now, the announcement partly said the federal government of Nigeria has approved the sale of the Falcon 900B aircraft owned by the Nigerian Air Force. In compliance with provisions of the Public Procurement Act 2007, the Nigerian Air Force hereby invites all interested parties to submit bids for purchase of the aircraft. The bids can be submitted by email or physically. If submitted by email, the bids are to be password protected and sent to blah 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 blah, while the password is to be sent separately to dproxy blah 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 for physicals. Dash it, man. So you see, talking plenty like this, they haven't told us why they are selling it. They haven't told us. Why are you selling it? Is it that you are acquiring newer ones? That will be a good reason. Or you think that you have too many in the fleet. Therefore, you need to dispose of some and use the money to do other things. They didn't tell us. You'll be shocked that they will sell this to a corrupt politician amongst them. They are beginning to sell off the property of the nation. That's how they do it. That's how they do it. Now they're asking you to sell email and blah, 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 password protected. And for all you know, it's been sold like months back. Sold long time to a dirty parliamentarian, senator, whatever. That's how they steal from the nation. Well, Nigeria, tell us, why are you selling? You want to get a newer one? Or you have too many in the fleet, therefore you need to sell this and do something else with the money? Jesus have mercy. Dash it. Next story. We are still international. And there's a story here I need you to watch. Watch this. Npp Goons go after Professor Adei. Professor Adei, this is an international professor. You think so he wise? That's him. Npp Goons go after Professor Adei. And I am not the one saying that they are goons. He said. Professor Adei decries unleashing of media attack dogs. He even called them dogs. On him after calling out AKUFO-ADDO'S government. Former board chair of the Ghana Revenue Authority, Professor Stephen Adei, has condemned the phenomenon where media dogs are unleashed on anti-corrupt crusaders like himself anytime they call out graft. Refuting corruption allegations leveled against him by a particular radio station after he recently called out the AKUFO-ADDO'S government on corruption. Professor Adei insisted, I want to reiterate that corruption is killing the nation. That is incontrovertible. He said, the reports of Transparency International, TI, and Afrobarometer are there to testify, and it is not a phenomenon limited to the AKUFO-ADDO'S regime, nor the Minister of Roads, which the Honorable Amakun Atta himself said is full of thieves. Also, he said, the recent disturbing new dimension about corruption in Ghana is that now, in 67% of the cases, according to the 2022 United Nations Office of Drugs and Crime Report on Corruption in Ghana, the public officials in Ghana demand the bribe bold-facedly in front. Oji bribe no kra or the force no oji bribe no. I say ode etwaska kakra. For joy take kakra bra. For what? Okay, then go. Hey, people we have put in place to work for us and we are paying them. Oji bribe with vim. That's what he calls bold-facedness. That is all I illustrated with the case of the Minister of Roads because someone that week had cried to me that such a demand was made to him. And when you read it further, the good old professor, they said, had employed his own two sons when he was in a certain position. And therefore, they were saying that he was corrupt too. You see, remember they did that to Frimpong Boateng, Dr. Frimpong Boateng. They said that he himself has some galamsey. So, I am shocked. Is it corrupt or not? If the professor had been corrupt, does it make corruption right? If Dr. Frimpong Boateng, was it Professor Frimpong Boateng, if he also had some galamsey side and he was corrupt, does it make corruption right? But because of the daft people we are, we have a certain language of equalization and equalism. That's the term, equalism. Oh, I stole, but you also stole. Therefore, our stealing is right. Two wrongs always make a right in Ghana. Write it down. Two wrongs always make a right in Ghana. Two wrongs always make a right in Ghana. You stole. I stole. So, it's okay to steal. Have you studied that about the country? It's sad. Dash it. But the good old professor needs to talk. The professor said that he never employed either of his two sons. One of them is a doctor in Australia. And the other one is also in another foreign country like that, working. And they've been working there for so long. How did he employ them when they were employed in foreign countries? He made it clear. But that's what they do. Diversionary tactics. Equalism. Titles. tactics. That's what they do. And it's sad. When Mahama comes to say, and this government has been, hey, when you were there, we were also corrupt, so corruption is okay. And the communicators, that is their language. The so-called communicators. Where are you? Yes, you have a and one no. Yeah. Ube we are be. Yes, you are we are kakra and yeah. Adei. Na share no share. Or see this government is what corrupt. Wuma ama tama wo no. Uko we aska ewe yi no. Hwan na kasa ye. E kire se ma en we abi na e cool to we a. Nje ta se. Oye enungwase. Oye enungwase sem. Ghana hawa tado papa. Oh. Dash it. Next story, my youth. And the next story is rolling. Watch it. Hey. Today we have stories. Watch this. It says, Mr. EAZI incurs Nigeria's BRUNT. This is Mr. EAZI. Look, how many people have observed that this guy is always talking about Ghana? He came to live in Ghana and school a little bit here. I didn't get to meet him when he was schooling in Ghana. But I have spoken with him before. Seen? Yes. This brother here has promoted Ghana in his music. But he's Nigerian. This is what I want to see. One nation pushing another African nation as if it was just one big nation. Africa should be seen as one big nation rather than a continent of different nations. One country. I was cancelled for saying Ghana influenced Nigerian music. This Nigerian English, cancelled. Or should I say he was blackmailed. He was blotted out. Because he said Ghanaian music influenced Nigerian music. Famous singer and serial entrepreneur. Yes, famous singer and serial entrepreneur. Olu Watosin Oluwole Ajibade, aka Mr. EAZI, has recalled being a victim of cancel culture after his assertion that Ghana influenced Nigerian music. Daily Post recalls that on the 11th of January 2017, Mr. EAZI tweeted that Ghanaian music had a great influence over present-day Nigerian music, which earned backlash with many fans, colleagues, and music buffs threatening to cancel him. In other words, not book him for concerts, blackmail him. Reacting to the backlash he received in a recent episode of the Afrobeats Intelligence podcast hosted by Joey Akan, Mr. EAZI said he didn't regret his statement despite the threats. He, however, lamented that some people who he thought were his friends in the industry joined others in cancelling him instead of chastising him in private. The leg over crooner also berated those who are still hating him to date, saying his statement wasn't deep and that they are hating him for something else. Dash. So it's sad. Instead of looking at whether what he said is true or false, we are more interested in who said it. Does it matter who spoke the truth? If I speak the truth, then it's a lie. But if somebody else speaks the truth, then it's the truth. Truth has no color. It has no personality. It only has a DNA, an identity. And the identity of the truth is that it stands alone. That's what EAZI is going through. The guy has been promoting Ghana. He's one of the Nigerian artists using Ghanaian terms right from the onset of Afrobeats, even before Afrobeats. He would sing and put in Ghanaian terms. Today we all hear, Adei, 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 Adei. It's beautiful. Cultural exchange is sweet. Today when I sing and I say Shakara Oloeje, you know, and I sing and I say Adei Waka Waka, and things like that. It's cultural exchange. There are some Ghanaians who are beginning to even speak like Nigerians. It's the beauty of the art, the beauty of acculturalization. Jesus. Christ, brofo. Humility. Mr. EAZI should not be blackmailed. What he spoke is historically correct. Fela came to Ghana, followed bands in Ghana to learn proper high life and take it back to Nigeria. Read it from his book, The Beach of a Life. Fela, his biography. Read it. He said, oh, Ghana, the land of Pan-Africanism. He was following bands here, and we are happy. My mentor, Ras Kimono, was Nigerian. And I'm proud to say it everywhere. My reggae comes from Ras Kimono. I'm happy. So if Mr. EAZI says, oh, Ghana music influenced the present state of Nigerian music, and then you go crazy, I think that you are trying to be a bigot. And you are trying to be a xenophobe. That's it, my Lord. Next story. Is that the last story we're looking at? So the last story rolls. And it says what? Watch this. Augustine ARHINFUL cries foul. Come here, my youths. Who is Augustine ARHINFUL? That's him. You know him, right? He used to play for the Black Stars. He was a nimble-footed player. You know what it means to say nimble-foot? Bah! Nimble. You can't catch him. Nimble-footed player. He has told a story that has hurt me more. Run it, my youth. How friends and relatives ruined my businesses. Augustine ARHINFUL shares sad story. Run it, my youth. It says, former Black Stars forward Augustine ARHINFUL has refuted the notion that footballers go broke due to the extravagant lifestyles they lead during their playing careers. ARHINFUL's decision to open up about his failed businesses comes after a former House of Oak and Asante Kotoko player Ajimandria received a cash donation for his battle with stroke. We all remember Ajimandria, right? Speaking on Onua FM on November 29, ARHINFUL blamed the relatives and friends of some players for the challenges they face in retirement. He shared his personal experience of having his businesses mismanaged by individuals he trusted while sending money to them for supposed investments whilst playing abroad. Come here, my youth. Think say you day wise. I will advise the current players, that's the current footballers, listen to this advice, that if you are not sure, get a fixed deposit or treasury bill or bond or property and save your money. And if you retire, you will find a business to invest in. Because I have gone through it before. ARHINFUL said during the Onua FM interview. ARHINFUL recounted that his business as a key distributor for Unilever and Nestle in Ghana collapsed due to mismanagement by those he trusted, including a lawyer who was supposed to assist. I used to be one of the key distributors for Ghana when it comes to Unilever and Nestle. In the whole Ghana, we were just about 10 or 9 major distributors. If I tell you the volumes of money that went in, but today the business is no more because the people that are trusted and trusted the money to, including my lawyer, who is supposed to help us, did their own personal thing to the extent that the businesses collapsed. A whole aluminum factory that I had with a partner collapsed too. That shit. So these are the stories we've been talking about. And it's sad. They go out there, they kill themselves, they make some money and bring the money home and say that, hey, let us help fight unemployment in our nation. Let's employ a few good friends who have been with us, and then we put them to do the business. And it's not because they cannot do it, but they are selfish. They steal from the business and kill the mother business. They steal the money and go and try to build their own. They do that. If it's a shop, a provision shop that you have, they will start stealing. and then they are opening their own small provision shops in some corner. And the person they also put in charge of that, he's also stealing to build his own. And in that case, is what is called fragmentalism. You are fragmenting the business and everything dies. After all, divided we all perish. For how long can we keep talking about this? Honesty. That's why I say there's only one thing that will save us in this nation. Patriotism. If we don't have it, forget it. Come here, my Lord. That's it. All right. I want to say thank you so much. I apologize again. We couldn't make it yesterday because internet, the whole Ghana went down. Boom. And when it came back, it was so slow, you couldn't even transmit an ant. So we couldn't do anything yesterday. Tom Paul says black people like these guys need to be exposed. When they get little money, they want everybody to worship them. Oh, yes. I mean, Asma Banda says, good evening, legendary Blakk Rasta and the crew. I think the Bank of Ghana governor should join Black Empire Media to gain wisdom, patriotism, and stop acting like some senseless apprentices. Ghana first. Dua Millions of Bill says more fire. David Panford says watching you live from London, Orpington. All right? Run it, my youth. Bongo Shango. I love that name. What? Bongo Shango. And you respond, Shango Bongo. Bongo Shango. He says, what you are saying is very true, Black. Equalization, better still, equalism is the order of the day. Fire them, Blakk Rasta. I will fire them. I appreciate you too. Please share this broadcast. Today we started about 20 minutes earlier, all because we were scared that the internet could go off again. The power could also go off. But to God be the glory. We have made it happen. I want to say thank you so much. We appreciate you and we love you. It's been the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushonomo. And the brother who said he wanted to do business with us, from here, our numbers are there, scrolling quietly right now. We're going to check the thing and we're going to contact you. We need the business. We need it so that rich people cannot frighten us. Inchetase. Online. Wayo!